Running back is the most important position in fantasy football. It's scarcity, right? Not a whole lot of great options every single week. So you have to make sure that you open yourself up for the possibility of finding a league winner here in 2022. What is going on, Headline Nation? Jake, Fantasy Headliners. Hopefully everybody's doing well out there today. We're going to talk about how do you find some league-winning running backs here in 2022 fantasy football. Now, I could come up with a few names and sit here and give you a few reasons as to why I like these guys. And we'll probably do that at some point in the future. But I kind of wanted to give you a behind-the-scenes look at some of the things I look at when I'm trying to find these league-winning running backs every single year. Now, if you've watched this show for any length of time, you know that I like to do math here. I'm a big fan of probability when it comes to fantasy football. I want to set myself up to be in the best position possible to give myself the most chances to land one of these guys. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So if you could do me a favor, hit that like button because we're about to blow your mind and find some league-winning running backs. Like goal on this video, 1,412 is the like goal on this video. If we can get that, I will give a draft guide to 2 people who leave comments down below in the comment section. So hit that like button, leave that comment down below, and here we go. This is what we're going to be looking at here today. And I think really one of the biggest misconceptions here is the term league winners, right? A lot of people look at their picks in the first and second rounds. Those guys are not league winners. They were drafted super early. You invested heavily on draft day for those guys to score a lot of points. That's more of an expectation. We're looking for guys that you can get a little bit later that can still score those points. So in this video here today, we're going to go back and look at a little bit of history because history is the best indicator for what we have going forward. Now, we want running backs that were drafted after the top 25 overall. Why is that? We don't want first and second round guys. We want third round and later. And then we're going to be looking at guys who still were drafted after the second round that finished inside the top 12 at the position. And then take a look at all the names here this year to see who could potentially fit into this category. Now, on average, at least 4 running backs drafted after the second round turn into quote unquote league winners each and every year. So let's go ahead. Let's head back to 2017. Seems like a long time ago, right? Look at some of the names. How quick have some of these names fallen off? But I've kind of gone through and highlighted those guys that were drafted after the 24th overall pick. So third round and later, yet still finished in the top 12 this year. So for 2017, here was the top 12. We had Todd Gurley, Le'Veon Bell, Alvin Kamara, Kareem Hunt, Melvin Gordon, Mark Ingram, LaShawn McCoy, Leonard Fournette, Carlos Hyde, Zeke Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, and Jordan Howard. What is that? 5 guys in the top 12 were drafted after the second round. Alvin Kamara being the biggin, right? His ADP was 142, running back 52 off the board, finished number 3 overall. Kareem Hunt, we know, got his opportunity that year. Mark Ingram, that entire backfield there in New Orleans was nuts. Carlos Hyde surprised, and then Christian McCaffrey snuck into the top 12 in 2017 as well. But that's just the start of it, right? Let's go down to 2018. Now, how about 2018? Here's the top 12 for 2018. We had Gurley, Barkley, McCaffrey, Kamara, Elliott, Connor, Gordon, White, Mixon, David Johnson, Kareem Hunt, and Phillip Lindsay. Now, some of the biggest outliers here, the guys that were picked 25 or later, James Conner. We all know what happened in 2018, right? I don't want to have to revisit that. Certain player didn't play. James Conner stepped in, filled the role absolutely beautifully. James White surprised a lot of people. Tom Brady just kept chucking balls at White's face. It was amazing. And then Phillip Lindsay surprising everybody in Denver here that year, finishing as the running back 12 despite an ADP of 306. I didn't even know they kept ADP that low. Running back 102, yet finished 12th overall. That is like league winner, right? Somebody you pick up off waivers a few weeks into the season, finishes top 12 of the position at the end of the year. That's amazing. So yeah, that's 2018 right there. How about 2019? We got McCaffrey, Jones, Henry, Elliott, Cook, Eckler, Chubb, Ingram, Fournette, Barkley, Carson, and Kamara. Quite a few guys surprised here in 2019, right? What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 6 guys. So half of the top 12 drafted after the second round. Aaron Jones came on strong late. Same with Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Mark Ingram, once again up there. Him and Alvin Kamara, both in the top 12. Again, Leonard Fournette, Saquon Barkley, and Chris Carson. And then Alvin Kamara to round out the top 12. Some of the bigger surprises here. Austin Eckler, running back 30 off the board, finished as running back 6. Absolutely love that. We'll take that on to 2020. This is where we had Kamara, Henry Cook, Demont, David Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, James Robinson, Josh Jacobs, Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Zeke Elliott, and Antonio Gibson. Look at James Robinson. If back in 2020 you were subscribed to our Patreon channel, you would have known about James Robinson very, very early on, and we had him pegged as a guy that needed to be on your roster. Dude was drafted as running back 67, finished running back 7 overall. Love to see that. David Montgomery, running back 29, 67th overall, finished as running back 4. What about Antonio Gibson there at the bottom? Remember, he had a couple big games in 2020, finished as running back 12 despite being drafted as running back 44. All right, let's look at last year now. We have 3 guys. Only 3 last year. Remember, the average is 4, so a below average year in 2021. We had Taylor, Eckler, Mixon, Najee, Connor, Zeke, Fournette, Kamara, Patterson, Gibson, Chubb, and Jones overall here in 2021. Now, the biggest surprise is James Conner. A lot of people didn't buy into the hype. They were all aboard Chase Edmonds last year. Running back 37 overall, finished as running back 5. Leonard Fournette got a huge opportunity there. Running back 36, finished as running back 7. And then Cordero Patterson, nobody had on their roster to start the season. Dude wasn't even drafted anywhere. Picked up, finished as running back 9 overall. So now we're going to take a look on where were the bulk of these guys drafted. So obviously rounds 1 and 2 still contain 63 of the running backs. Now maybe you're looking at this screen right here going, Jake, that's way more than 100% on the screen. Yes, I know that. Really the only reason I included the numbers for rounds 1 and 2 is because I know I'm going to have people down below in the comment section that say, see, Jake, this is why I wait on running back. I'm going wide receiver, heavy early. The majority of running backs that finished top 12, 63% of them were still drafted in the first 2 rounds, but we've covered that in other videos. Not going to spend too much time on that. So really, we can go ahead and cross off rounds 1 and 2. That was just for me to settle an argument right there. Now we're going to go down to rounds 3 and 4. 41% of the names that we saw highlighted above fell into the rounds 3 and 4. Rounds 5 through 8, 27%. 9 through 12. We have 14%, and after the 13th round, 18%. So 41 plus 27 plus 14 plus 18 should equal 100% of the guys that we had listed above. Where am I really going to focus here, though? It's really rounds 3 through 8, right? Another 68% of the names that finished outside the second round are the bulk of these guys. This is where the highest probability is that we can find ourselves a league winner. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull up the ADP, and we're going to look at running backs who are currently in the rounds 3 through 8. And I believe there's 24 of them. So I have them here on the screen. Fournette, Barkley, Demont, Gibson, Akers, Elliott, Connor, Jacobs, Mitchell, Dobbins, Etienne, Breece Hall, Damian Harris, CEH, AJ Dillon, Miles Sanders, Singletary, Hunt, Penny, Pollard, Gordon, Carter, Edmonds, and Walker. So when you look at this screen right here, on average, 4 of these names are going to turn into league winners. So now we have it narrowed down to 24. Which 4 can we say have the best opportunity? Well, you can really break them up in two different sections. We got the safer section and we got the riskier section. So I'm going to highlight them differently here. In white is going to be the safer section. In yellow, a little bit more risky. Kind of hard to see with 2 columns here, but we're going to go through them. Actually, you know what? Let me just split them into 2. Let's just go into 2 different graphics here so we can see all the white, all the safe, and then all the yellow and risky at the same time. So let's pull this up here. All right, here are all the safe guys first. Leonard Fournette. Talked about Leonard Fournette a lot this offseason. Zeke Elliott. Not sexy, but safer, right? A guy that's going to get a lot of volume. We know he's going to touch the ball over 225 times in that offense. James Conner. Especially in the pass-catching game, the first 6 weeks of the season, he could see some added work. Josh Jacobs, high-powered offense in Las Vegas, could have more scoring opportunities. Elijah Mitchell averaged over 22 touches a game last year when he was healthy. Now he starts this season as the number 1 on the depth chart. J.K. Dobbins, hopefully back and healthy on the team that could run the most of any team in the NFL here this year, and the guy we already know he has top 12 talent. Travis Etienne, same thing for him, right? Coming off of a torn ACL, going into a situation on a bad team, but he's a pass-catching back that could really have the eye of Trevor Lawrence, could see a ton of volume. Damian Harris, a lot of goal line opportunities. 225 plus carries there in an offense that's going to run a lot in New England. A.J. Dillon had 220 plus touches last year. Now they've missed, Devontae Adams and MVS. We could see a whole lot more A.J. Dillon, Kareem Hunt. What's going to happen there in Cleveland? Could we see Kareem Hunt more in the slot this year just due to lack of pass-catching weapons in Cleveland? Tony Pollard, love some Tony Pollard. Super efficient, and if he gets more touches, if he can get 10 to 20 more touches this year, dude could finish top 15. How about Melvin Gordon? Another guy not so sexy, but the volume could be there and the offense could be much better in Denver. Now let's look at the riskier side of things. We have Saquon Barkley. Enough said, right? We know the talent is there. That's not a question. We just haven't seen it for a few years. David Montgomery has the worst offensive line in all of football. Antonio Gibson, love Antonio Gibson. Ron Rivera does not love to use him consistently. Cam Akers, still coming off of a torn Achilles. Didn't like what I saw in the postseason last year. It's fine, right? I mean, the guy came back super quick. I'm not holding that against him, but I got to see him closer to 100% before I say the risk just isn't there. Breece Hall, he's a rookie, and he plays for the Jets. Love Breece Hall, but still got to see it first. CEH, we know that we've seen some inconsistencies there as of late. Miles Sanders, love Miles Sanders. Nick Sirianni doesn't want to commit to Miles Sanders. Devin Singletary, now they brought in James Cook. He could see a lot of touches. Michael Carter, splitting the backfield with Breece Hall. Chase Edmonds in a backfield right now that still has Raheem Mostert, Myles Gaskin, Salvin Ahmed. Now, a lot of people want to say, hey, why do you keep listing all the running back? They're not going to have all those guys to start the season. Yeah, no crap. But as of right now, they're still on the depth chart, and I'm not going to sit here and make assumptions as to who falls where on that depth chart. There's still a lot of options in Miami, and then Kenneth Walker. Love Kenneth Walker. But with Rashad Penny there as well, Penny we know is an injury waiting to happen. When do we see Kenneth Walker? How much do we see them? How much of a split is just kind of unknown right there. So it's kind of hard to really tell what's going to happen. So when you look at these two different lists, we have to try to find some guys that we feel have that opportunity. Now, in my opinion, I'm gonna kind of navigate towards the safer options a little bit better. That gives me 12 guys right there that I feel have a good chance. I need to try to narrow that down to 4. 4 out of the 12. 33% of these guys could finish as league winners. I love me some J.K. Dobbins. I love me some Travis Etienne this year. I love me some Tony Pollard a little bit later. Those are guys that I'm going to take a stab on because if they pop, they're going to help be a league-winning running back for your fantasy team here in 2022. But let me know what you think. Probability is a big thing for me. I'm always playing the numbers, right? I want to set myself up with the best possible chance to find one of these guys, and that's kind of what this exercise is all about. Let me know what you think about it down below in the comment section, though. Do you enjoy videos like this? I don't see anybody else really going into stuff like this on YouTube when we're talking fantasy football. I could sit here and give you a bunch of names, but I'm trying to teach you to be a better player overall so we can all walk away with more money, with more championship trophies, with more belts, with more hardware, because that's what it's all about, is bringing the nation to the top of the industry. So if you enjoy that content, hit that like button. You got that like goal to hit. We'll give away a couple draft guides. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I have no idea why you haven't. If you play fantasy football, you need to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out our weekly podcast. Also, did you even know we have a podcast? Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're there every single week, and we're climbing the charts. I think we're inside the top 50 on iTunes now. We're going to the top, baby. So we look forward to talking to you guys down below in the comment section. Hopefully you're having a great day here today. Looking forward to another great week and a lot of banger content coming up here this week. So have a good rest of your day. We'll talk to you later.